So, Donald, alright, once again, I'm talking about Donald. I don't want to keep talking about Donald, but he keeps doing increasingly dumb shit. And so, cut right to it here. So, our good pal, the Donald, specifically the White House on Twitter, decided they were going to post something rather, rather interesting. I mean, what's the who thought of that? What was was the was the thought process behind that? Somebody, all right, someone at the White House, all right, a staff of the president, possibly even Donald himself. I wouldn't be surprised at this point, but somebody, a grown adult with a functioning brain, presumably, created this, or well, let's be specific here. AI created it because of course, all right, because of course, right? Why would the government with trillions of dollars, and not only that, but Donald himself with his billions of dollars, all right, and all the trillions of dollars they have at their expense, they couldn't just hire some random, like starving artist off the internet in order to paint this bizarre image, alright? They had to use AI, which I think is like the most apt metaphor for this. That AI as a whole is just getting pushed by the corporations. Like, nobody likes that shit. Nobody, alright? Maybe a small handful of these like talentless losers who like creating bizarre shit and then trying to frame themselves as an artist, alright? And, uh, like, that only the corporations, alright? Uh, mm, only the corporations are trying to push this shit, Google with all its AI overview shit and all the images on there, their phones, my computer, uh, it just when it updated, it installed this like AI thing called like Gemini or some shit, and it's on the bottom there, and I can't get rid of that shit. I don't use the AI for anything. I just don't touch it. I don't want it there. It's there. I can't get rid of it. All right. Uh, fuck was I talking about? Oh, Trump. So anyway, so the Donald. All right, Donnie Boy. Okay, Ronald McDonald decided, I guess I'm assuming it was him, decided, you know what? Superman Donald, all right? And apparently whoever's running the White House Twitter, because again, that was the White House, all right? The White House's official Twitter there. And yeah, I know it's not called Twitter anymore. I'm not calling it X, okay? Because it sounds stupid. And also, uh, uh, Elon should feel bad about calling it X because it sounds dumb, all right? I don't like telling people they need to feel bad, but you know what? Back in the day, back in my day, all right, and I'm not that old, all right, but back in my day, if you did shit like this in school, you got bullied, all right? Like, if you decided to draw a picture of yourself as Superman, all right, and you put that up on the wall, like tape pictures of yourself as Superman on the wall, you're getting made fun of for that shit, all right? I don't know when that stopped happening. I'm gonna guess sometime after I got out of high school, late 2010s, that's my guess. People just stopped getting made fun of on the internet, and so you got this influx of dumb shit. And listen, um, I mean, you don't have a choice, but but it is mind-boggling the state that we're in now. All right, the president the president of the United States, of the free world, all right, has used AI to make a picture of himself as Superman, and he has the whole what do you call it, the tagline or the catchphrase, truth, justice, in the American way, because naturally, all right. And then whatever it said at the top, something about hero president or some bullshit like that. Which, first of all right, I'm fairly certain you get sued for copyright over that. I'm almost certain, that can't be legal to just do that. Willing to bet whoever owns the right to Superman didn't just let him do that. All right, but uh, where was I going with this? Yeah, mind-boggling though that we're at the state where the president is doing that shit. All right, putting himself as Superman up on the Twitter, on social media, wherever else, and he's got a bunch of cronies who are getting behind him, and they're like, "Oh yeah, 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 we're gonna teach those libtards, man. We're gonna frickin' Donald Trump is the new Superman. He's the new Jesus. He's the new Messiah." All right, and I can frame it as comedically as I want to, but that's how they think. That's actually how people think now. It's like the country's been taken over by a cult, basically, at this point. It's just, it's mind blowing. All right. Mm. Need the good stuff for this one. It's getting now. I'm mad. All right, now I'm mad. I'm not sponsored, by the way, but yeah, if they want, you know what? If 7 Up is listening, like the Pringles thing, all right. If somebody's listening and they want to give me a sponsorship, probably still not gonna do it. But you know what? It's free advertising, I guess. Mm. Mm. So anyway, back on topic though. Yeah. So the Donald did some more dumb shit, and I get to make fun of him for it. Uh, Not too many people, not enough people are, because they're gonna keep doing this shit. Not even, maybe he's doing it to distract from the fact that they're trying to cover up the Epstein thing. I don't know. They're trying to hide the fact that uh they're just trying completely bungling their entire deep state government cover up of a world-renowned ring of pedophiles that may or may not include Donald Trump, allegedly. I mean, he was filmed with a guy multiple times, a little suspicious. Not the point, though. Uh, yeah, so basically, uh, I've said it before, but what a time to be alive. Kinda wish I didn't have to be alive to see it. I would have liked to go about my life without watching society collapse, alright? I have a future planned out, and that future doesn't involve me roaming around a nuclear wasteland after these people have screwed it up, alright? I'd like to retire one day. Even if it's at like 90 years old, I'd still like to retire one day and like live in a cottage in the mountains somewhere. I don't need, alright, I don't know where I'm going with this, so yeah, I don't know. There we go.